If you're a woman, you probably know how difficult it can be to get a loan or a credit card. But the Equal Credit Opportunity Act will change all that, and Helping Hands Tom Eisen says that amendments to that act have just now gone into effect.
For the past year, it has been illegal to deny credit to a woman because of her sex or marital status. Now it's also illegal to deny anyone credit because of age, race, religion, or source of income. So if you're living on welfare or alimony payments, you cannot be denied credit based on that alone. Plus, when credit is refused, you now must get a written notice specifically stating why.
We must give that person a statement of denial, and in that statement explain the principal reasons why we have turned down the credit application. Among other things, the statement of denial tells that customer where he might go to lodge a complaint if he feels or if she feels that he or she has been discriminated against.
To get credit, whether it be a loan or for credit cards, you still must have a credit history. With most married couples, all the history is in the husband's name. But by June 1st, that will all change.
Because the law provides that on or before June 1st, this bank and all banks must mail to all their married customers a married person's credit notice. If they answer the married person's credit notice indicating that they want the history of how the loan was paid reported in the name of the woman, that's what the bank will have to do. It definitely will help women, make it easier for them to get loans.
The government wrote the Equal Credit Opportunity Act because too many women, especially divorcees and widows, were unable to get credit. Now, when a woman asks to borrow money, she must be treated exactly like a man. Tom Eisen, Newswatch Helping Hands, Cedar Rapids.
Pickets were on hand in Waterloo today to protest the firing of an agency director. Clients of the Minority Alcoholism Action Program were upset over the dismissal of Mary Ann Gray, the agency's counselor director. Gray was fired for being too slow with paperwork, but the clients say she was an excellent counselor, and they plan to carry their protest to state alcoholism officials. Dave?
Iowa was held by Republican Leach.
That at the high school level, there's a complete lack of understanding of the free enterprise system.
Coming up, Cedar Rapids and Lynn County are at also odds over money.
And a look at that big pile of cash in Iowa City.
George and Judy are our closest friends, but I still would have felt embarrassed. They were due any minute for dinner. My husband Jim was helping with the glasses.
Donna, you better check these glasses.
They were spotty. We had to rewash them. Later, my mom said,
"Well, if you had Cascade, Donna, you wouldn't have to worry about spot problems."
If you have spot problems, you really should try Cascade. Cascade's sheeting action fights drops that spot, leaves dishes virtually spotless.
"Well, I found Cascade really does do the job. It leaves my glasses practically spotless."
That's Vern Albright. He's been using the same grass herbicide in his corn for years. But this time, I'm going to talk him out of it. I'm going to say, Vern, why use a grass herbicide when you could be using Prowl? Prowl controls grasses, but it also stops velvet leaf, smartweed, red root pigweed, lamb's quarters, and Venus mallow. Try Prowl, Vern. Get grass control and 5 broadleaves to boot. Yes, sir, that's what I'm going to tell him.
Hi, John. Got any Prowl?
Vern, Prowl?
Prowl.
A landlord-tenant squabble between Cedar Rapids and Lynn County came to a head today, and the county will have to pay. Newswatch reporter Tim Fleischer says that the battle has had its peculiarities.
Lynn County owes the city of Cedar Rapids over $20,000 in back rent for the First Avenue side of the City Hall, and County Auditor Merle Copel doesn't want to pay it. The reasoning behind Copel's decision is a suit stemming from a controversy over who pays for court costs in which the city or the county loses that particular court case.
But the county attorneys advised me that I should pay it, which we will do because they have essentially circumvented my office with the claim and sent it directly to supervisors. And frankly, I don't know why the supervisors are not in support of me in trying to balance the accounts with the city of Cedar Rapids.
Schaefer went on to say that the two issues, the court cost and the lease of the First Avenue site, and Finance Commissioner Hal Schaefer says it's time to pay up.
There is a lease agreement between the City Council and the County Board of Supervisors, and it also states in that lease that the county shall pay 6 months in advance of their rent. And to date, we haven't received any of our payment, and we have proof that the invoices were mailed over there in January of 1977.
Yet the county approached the city and said they would pay the rent if the city paid their court cost. Apparently, Commissioner Schaefer verbally agreed to this. Copel will eventually have to pay the rent. As far as this whole issue, Copel says it's nothing but bad business tactics by the city. Tim Fleischer, WMT News Watch, Lynn County.
Residents of Clayton County can look forward to safer driving conditions this summer. Highway 52 from Guttenberg north to the junction with Highway 13 will be widened from 18 to 31 feet. That's about a 20-mile stretch of pavement. The work will be done by the Fred Carlson Company of Decorah at a cost of $4,400,000.
Imagine what $70,000 in cash all in one pile looks like. Well, you're about to see just that. An Iowa City man recently found that much money, and today Johnson County Auditor Tom Slockett and other officials stacked it up. Chuck Malloy reports.
They counted the money today, and believe me, $70,000 is a lot of money. That money will eventually be the property of this man, Ron Herman, a University of Iowa grad student. The money will be his if no one files a claim for it for 1 year. Herman found the money in his basement on March 1st. Today, the counting took place at the First National Bank in Iowa City, where it's been held for safekeeping. Present for the count was Ron's attorney, the county auditor, a representative from the county sheriff's office and the Iowa City Police Department, and one from the bank. The official total, $70,900.
They've just finished counting the money in the bank behind me. And 3 weeks from today, the year-long waiting period for Ron Herman begins before the money can be his. No one really knows if anyone will file a claim, but one thing is certain. $70,000 in cash is a lot of money. Chuck Malloy, WMT News Watch, Iowa City.
Ron Gonder will be along with a special report from an old friend, Ken Bell. That's coming up next.
This week when you shop, check out these items. They'll mean value to you. Hy-Vee sliced bologna, 79 cents. Colby cheese right from the block, $1.19 a pound. Campbell's chicken noodle soup, 19 cents. And Hy-Vee twin pack popsicles, 99 cents. Stretching your food budget? Try Hy-Vee brand products whenever you shop. Hy-Vee.
Where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. I'm just feeling good.
Gibson stores lead the Easter parade of values with these savings. This boy's three-piece slack set, sizes 4 to 7, just $9.88. And assortment of Brock's Easter candies, your choice, 2 for $1. And for the little ones, soft bunnies and ducklings, only $1.96 each. Easter savings from Gibson's.
I'm just feeling good. I'm just feeling good about Gibson's.
As a soybean grower, you're faced with a lot of tough buying decisions every year. Well, this year, Vaseline's making one of them easier for you. Just ask your chemicals dealer what he's charging for Vaseline. Then, if you can find another pre-plant incorporated herbicide that controls grasses as well as Vaseline, won't hurt your soybeans, and costs less, you buy it.
Weather permitting, Cedar Rapids' 4 municipal golf courses will open this Saturday. No reservations will be taken this first weekend. All golfers are requested to help keep the courses in good shape. And Ron, that's especially important this time of year. A lot of damage can be done.
Think you better take the day off Friday?
Oh, I'm
ready.
ready.
Get the muscles in shape.
I'm ready. How about Saturday morning, 8 o'clock, huh?
Oh, man, you've been swinging the clubs, been going down to Solon. Going to talk
I'll
about...
be ready.
Talk about golf right here. The Greensboro Open started today. First round, and Andy Bean has the lead, 5 under 67. He's one shot up on George Burns and Danny Edwards, and Bill Mallon is in there at 69. And winds up to 25 miles an hour today. down there at that tournament. The defending champ, Al Geiberger, shot a 71 today. The same for Gary Player, and Johnny Miller continues to have his problems. He shot a 76. Bean is the player who won that Doral Open in Miami a couple of weeks ago. The Dinah Shore Winners Circle tournament also got underway today. That's the richest on the women's tour. That's in Palm Springs, California. They're only at 9 holes out there right now, and Betty Burfeint has a one-shot lead over Sandra Post, Shelley Hamlin, and Pam Higgins.
Flour and soybeans were 5 cents higher. And I can't remember, Conrad, and we've had such widely fluctuating weather with record highs, and we must have been far below normal today.
We were 15 degrees below normal today. It wasn't too bad, though, A little sunshine finally came through in the afternoon. And, the first day of March, we had 34 degrees, and the wind was 7. Today, the wind was 10. We finally got sunshine. So if you get a good beginning, a good ending, I guess it doesn't make much difference what happens in the middle.
I guess we'll take it regardless.
Yeah, that's for sure. Today we saw most of the cold air beginning to show up again in the western part of the country as the low pressure begins to develop in the southern plain states and extended up north and eastward into western sections of Kansas by late forenoon. And the major area of storminess, however, has been confined to the southeastern states down in this area of northern Florida, and that produced some heavy rainfall again today, but it has not existed in the form of any cloudiness up to the southern plains, although high thin clouds did prevail to the south and west of Iowa. We did see some clouds down into the northeastern sections, holding temperatures in the mid-30s, and of course La Crosse, Wisconsin was one of the cooler spots at mid-afternoon, only 36. It was 45 at Toledo and Columbus this afternoon as compared to the 80-plus readings there yesterday, 57 at Lexington as this high pressure moved rapidly out of the southern plains, now centered in downstate Indiana near the Ohio River. It's pushing cold air southward, and that is colliding with some moisture that's been available down there for several days along the rim of the Gulf. And they had some thunderstorm activity down there again today, with New Orleans hitting only 63 and San Antonio getting only 61. To the west, it was warming up some through the plain states, 48 at Grand Island this afternoon, Wichita 50, and in the mid to the lower 40s from northeastern South Dakota to Aberdeen up to Bemidji. Same was true, very little change out through the western states as this low pressure began to develop quite slowly from Billings southward through Salt Lake City, blowing dust as the winds begin to increase again in southeastern Colorado with 60-mile-an-hour winds out there. 76 at Phoenix at mid-afternoon. A few thunderstorms began to develop along the southern California coast and holding the temperature down at Los Angeles in the process. And Portland, Oregon had some scattered showers there this afternoon as well, mixed with some snow flurries in the eastern sections. In the New England states, quite a bit colder, as much as 25 degrees colder than yesterday. Thunderstorms moving rapidly off the shoreline this evening. 63 at Washington, D.C. It was 83 at the same time at Tampa, St. Petersburg. The clearing started in western Iowa earlier today. It was very, very slow to progress eastward as this high-pressure ridge drifted very slowly eastward, and this held the temperatures into the 30s in eastern Iowa, with Cedar Rapids and Waterloo 39 and Dubuque 38. But where it did get sunshiny a little earlier in the day, they got 50 at Sioux City and at Des Moines, 51 at Council Bluffs. At the current time, the range is from 35 at Dubuque and still holding on 50 at Council Bluffs. There have been some high, thin clouds increasing in western Iowa. It's partly cloudy in the eastern sections, mostly thin clouds, although there is a deck of clouds holding in the northeastern counties, 37 Waterloo, 36 in Cedar Rapids. It looks like more rain is on the way. That forecast after this.
Conrad Johnson's Weather Watch has the seal of approval of the American Meteorological Society.
Save on True Test paint during the interior paint sale at participating True Value hardware stores. True Test Easy Care Latex Flat Enamel, the wash and wear paint that's perfect for walls and woodwork, is only $8.97 a gallon. Satin Hue Flat Latex and easy to apply rich flat finish is only $7.97 a gallon. True Test Marble Luster, a durable finish ideal for kitchen, bath, or woodwork, is sale priced at only $8.97 a gallon now at participating True Value hardware stores.
On some of our corn, we use 2 herbicides, combination. Most important thing is to get them mixed right. With 2 liquids, believe me, it is a lot easier to get it right than with a liquid and a powder. 2 liquids just seem to work better together, that's all.
Liquid Ajax 4L is what you've always wanted. Atrazine to be.
For his little girl, a father will spend a good part of his life paying for something called life insurance.
It isn't something he can see or put his arms around. It's really just a good feeling he gets, knowing that her future is secure. American Family Insurance says you don't buy life insurance for you. You buy it for her.
In Cedar Rapids, see Larry Fisher or Lee Gustafson.
With the high pressure gradually receding away from us, we're still going to get mostly fair skies tonight. Lights.
We're getting that needed rain, though.
Tonight at 10, Tom Rudquist reports from Independence on a special day to honor a special former Independence resident. And the Regis High School Jazz Band is off to Europe. Join Maggie Jensen and me for a brand new look at the day's events on Newswatch at 10.